Today you are gonna learn how to do the reverb ducking trick for live vocals on the Midas M32 or X32 console. Let's go. I'm also gonna show you a bonus trick which can either be incredibly good or a complete disaster. It's like a double-edged sword, but more on that later. Usually the problem with reverbs is that if it's loud enough to hear it, it's probably too distracting. And if you turn it down enough to where it's not distracting anymore, then it's too quiet. And at this point you may as well not use it at all, because why bother setting up a reverb if you're not gonna be able to hear it anyway?
Then words upon the screen, wish you would believe that you're mine.
Please just remember to turn off the flip fader button, because it's the easiest thing to forget about, and if it stays on it can cause a disaster. You may accidentally create feedback loops or be mixing the sends instead of the main mix, so just don't forget.
Let's say you're not enough, you don't measure up, you don't deserve love. Listen to your father singing.
The best thing in this technique that I just showed you is that you can use as much reverb as you want. In this demonstration I was using way more reverb than you would normally do, but it was still clear. The vocals weren't getting covered by the reverb because the compressor was turning it down as soon as the singer starts singing. Now if the vocal has too much S's and T's and the reverb is going like it's getting too distracting, then you can always go to the aux-in USB, then select the return channels of that reverb, turn the EQ on, and then cut some of these higher frequencies, and that will solve the problem. Okay, let's do a quick recap before getting to the bonus trick. Step number 1, send the vocal to the reverb. Step number 2, turn on the compressor on that reverb bus. Step number 3, lower the threshold, high ratio, fast attack, fast release, but the release you want to tweak it in a way that it lets go of the reverb as the word is ending. Now, there's one more thing. If for whatever reason you want the reverb to be controlled by any other channel, I don't know, maybe you want the kick drum to create a pumping effect in the reverb, then look at the right of the compressor where it says key source and select that channel that should trigger the compressor. And what that means is that, for example, if we chose the kick channel, even though the compressor is on the reverb bus, if the kick is not playing, the compressor will not do anything. Okay, now for the bonus trick. You want to use the vintage room reverb that has the freeze button. I'll show you what it does and then I'll explain.
You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are
pretty cool, right? I actually haven't seen anyone using it before, maybe because it's dangerous, but I'll get to that in a moment. What I was doing here is I turned it up, and then at the end of the word, I freezed it and turned it back down very slowly. Remember to unfreeze it again, because if you keep it on, it will keep building up and start clipping, and we don't want that. Now, before you start using this, make sure to practice it at least a few times during sound check, before the show. Do not try it for the first time ever during the show. That's a bad idea. That's a very bad idea. Because remember, I told you it's a double-edged sword. If you do it the right way, it sounds amazing. But if your timing isn't right, it sounds like a mess. So if you're gonna use it, make sure to practice a lot and use it at your own risk. And that was it for me. If you made it this far into the video, then you may as well give it a like. It actually makes a difference. For more live sound tutorials, watch the video on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video.